Alright, today we're going to change the rotors on a Club Sport HSV VY-R8 with the Harrop 4-pot upgrade. They're the rears, they're fine, we're not doing them today. We're going to do the front rotors. As you can see, I've already taken the tyres off. Got axle stands underneath, a couple of jacks for safety. And we'll be changing the worn out rotors as you can't machine them anymore, and I'll be replacing them with genuine Harrop remake rotors that have been bought from Ultra Performance Components through eBay. First things first is you want to jack it up, take the tyres off, make sure everything's stable in place. I've got a 19mm there, a breaker bar, a large screwdriver, and just a bit of grease for when I put the new hub on so it doesn't stick when taking it off next time. Then we're going to start by undoing these bolts on the back here. I've already pre-loosened them to make it easy. Then you've got another one up the top here. Should be right to undo with our fingers now. Now you want the bolts to go back into the same place where they came from. So if this goes on the bottom, you want to put the bolt down there and put the other bolt above it to indicate top and bottom. Felt the caliper drop. I'm going to put this one above that one to indicate top and bottom from where I'm standing or sitting. There we go. Now I want to come around the front, grab our coat hanger. And we want to put this loop and eventually loop the caliper around here through this little metal bar here. So as you can see, those pads are pretty worn down to the limit. There's nothing really left. We'll be taking these off just in a second. But as you can see, it's burred at the top, so the caliper won't just slide off. As you can see, I'm trying to pull it and it's not coming off. Right, we're going to chuck a screwdriver in the top here. We're going to just levy it off a bit. As you can see, it's coming off and then it's off. We've got it off. Before you get it completely off, you'd want to get your coat hanger ready. You know, look in your mum's closet or go to grandma's house and borrow one. And we're going to put this through and then we're going to pull it off. You know, usually I'll wear a mask or something when doing this to stop the fibres getting in your lungs. And basically you just want to hang it up the back here. Over there. And there you go. Obviously this one here just slides off, the other one out to bash off. This one has made it easy for me and it's just slid off. And that's a genuine HSV one, as you can see. And unfortunately you can't get them no more, so we're using Ultra Performance Components one straight off of eBay. Set you back around $400, $165 for their pads. And as you can see, the difference here, they've already been machined, so if you have a good look there, there's a big edge, so that indicates they've already been machined, these old ones. And then I'm going to get a rag. Now we want to just wipe off the dirt. Wipe off all the dirt. I've already done the other side, but sometimes they get rusted and they get stuck on there. You want to check your hubs for any play. There's no play there. This car's done 100,000 Ks and they're genuine hubs, so they don't need to be changed. You just want to clean that, clean it off. You want to get just a bit of grease and just whack a bit of grease around it to stop it rusting onto the new one in the future. You know, depends if you're keeping the car for yourself or the next person who buys it. Just chuck a bit of grease around there, right in the edges, just so it never gets rusted on there. So obviously when it rusts, it expands and it locks it in there. And unfortunately the only way to get them off is hitting it with a bit of wood and a hammer or a gimpy. And with this rotor here, obviously when it's on there, you want to hit it with a gimpy with a bit of wood from this side. Then you spin it to the opposite side. You hit it again and again, and you keep hitting it on opposite sides so it rocks it off. So if we've got it on there, I want to hit it from this side where my hand is and this side where my other hand is until you spin it and it looks a bit wonky. That indicates it's coming off, because usually when they rust in here and it's hard to get off. And then another important thing is to make sure that these air vents are facing the right way. Obviously this one here is a little bit different, but I think the new ones will do a better job at sucking the air in and getting rid of it through the radial drills. Alright, and when we put the new one on, hold it like that, grab one of your wheel nuts, and you want to slide it on there to hold it on. As you can see, this one here has been electroplated to stop it from rusting inside and on the top edge. It's all been electroplated everywhere, even on the top hat. And as I can show you, I'm going to paint this one black, but I'm going to just mask it up from just here, just past the wheel nuts or the wheel threads. And I'm going to paint it to just above this line here. If you don't know where to paint it from, just check the old ones and you'll see the mark. Then obviously if you get a bit of overspray on the top, it'll come off anyway. It's no big deal. But if you come around to the other side, this is another one I've done. Just painting it with some high heat caliper paint, ceramic, So obviously you don't need to bake it because the brakes are going to get hot and they're going to bake themselves. So it's going to cure itself once you take it for a drive and wear it in, and then stop running the car. Get it up to about 200 degrees under light braking conditions. Then basically that stuff will end up curing, and it'll look good either way. Either way it gets filled with brake dust, so black's the only colour to really go there. You don't want to do white because white will just get dirty.